That up in front of you, lads?
Yeah.
Grand. So I was looking after the under-20s. We were doing attacking in the final third and just looking at it from their game, just something we could work on and try and improve. That was the overall layout of the session. Team attacking were starting off in blue and going forward. Couple of good things that came from it. I'm just going to click on here. It's a good coaching point. I'm over here on the far side. Just click play on this. Lads were coming down here. My attacker is in orange, and he has a great opportunity to come in here and play the ball wide, but he doesn't. He has an overlap, doesn't do it. I was in fairly quickly, had it copped on it. Done a quick little demonstration on what I wanted. It was taking too long on my time. I was actually very conscious. I was setting the stopwatch as I was going in to see as I'm talking to the lads. Just try speed.
That was because you didn't trust Ross. You were just doing it one time.
Done a quick little demonstration of what to do and let the boys go and resume. Now, what you won't see there after that, and it was only kind of when I look back on the video afterwards, was when I let the lads go and do the session after that or go and replay. They actually got it wrong. Chatting to Ross afterwards, I actually could have stepped back in again and done it, even though I just highlighted the point. So that was something to take from it. What it was in, it was nice and quick. I think it was under a minute for the stop. And we got a coaching point. Like the overall session was very, very good. We got a couple of crosses in, got a couple of goals off. So we worked on attacking in the final third. One big negative, and Ross spoke to me on it afterwards, was that my two fullbacks and my attacking team had no opposition, basically. So we were creating an overlap in this little slide, this area here. You'll actually just see it. There was no one here on the opposition team to mark him. So I had an overload. The yellow team were overloaded in the middle and the orange team were overloaded on the outside. So definitely change that again if I could go back and do it. Just a couple of positives then on the session. My time management was fairly good. My organisation, my description to players, my intro was fairly short. Stops were nice and quick. We achieved our objective, got a couple of goals in. Again, it was all about scoring. Every time when we started with the attacking team, so again, defending team were just defending. They weren't looking to go forward. Couple of things to improve on. Session needs to be a little bit more materialistic, and I go back to the two fullbacks not having someone to track or run or anything like that, and just get the overlap, so it wasn't real. That comes back into the orientation of the opposition team as well. I should have just stopped it and went through it with them. When their shape went, just go back and do it. Something else that happened during the session, and nobody actually copped it, I got away with it, was an opportunity to win and coach on the near side of the pitch when I was over there. By the time I got in to talk to the players, I went blank. I forgot what I actually wanted to come in. So literally went in and just said something small and got back out again. But I had literally lost my train of thought completely between something happening and by the time I got in. So the minute you see it, just get in and out fairly quickly. But all in all, I was happy enough with the session. Definitely things to improve on. Doing it again, obviously. Having my fullbacks, making sure they're not having the overload players tracking. But yeah, no, all in all, it was okay. Like plenty to improve on.
Oh, it was good. And I know you're on about the lack of fullback or lack of pressure, but like you kind of want to get success out of it. So even if you notice that, I'd probably leave it for a couple and then stick in another opposition player there on the wing. But you're hoping to get that success first, I think.
I think you tried to manipulate so that you would get plenty of ball in around there. I think it's not a bad idea either. Like, you know.
To be honest, I didn't.
And then
I had just looked at it. I had 2 goals from my initial setup, and they were actually acting as the winger, and that's where I wanted the defenders on the opposition team even played into. But no, I wish I could say it worked out well, but it probably should have got more joy out of it. The fact that they have that overload there as well, and no one tracking. What is it doing it differently? I'd go back in there and change that.
That wasn't too dissimilar to JJ's one. Remember in block 2, he did have that overload with attacking in wide areas in order to get some joy out of it. So, like he obviously started that way, he got the joy there as well. Went in and coached it when your man didn't take the opportunity when he had an overload out wide.
But if sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So it was manipulated that you were able to get that overload, that you went in and made that coaching point when he didn't actually take it up. So yeah, you
Yeah.
could have. It could have been a case where maybe I don't know, orientated the other team and said, lads, if that happens, one of you's got to get across here or something like that, you know. So
Yeah.
but worked out well.
But even if you're doing it again, start it off the same and then add in players to mark the fullbacks so that they understand the way that you want the session to go before you start making it too hard. Like,
yeah, you can always
and you add players. I know it's supposed to be 9v9, so you probably will get an overload out there.
yeah.
And you add players, I wonder.
Yeah, it's like what Brian and Kevin are saying there. I totally agree with them. So you're trying to get to success first, but it's probably something I should have done in the second session and adapted and changed the opposition slightly. In my second session, a couple of said to me, it was just far too easy. It was brutal, to be honest. But you can always progress it then to go, right, we change the shape of the opposition, where rather than having a 4-2-1 or whatever we play, we'd actually go like a 3-3-1. So you have those white players, just little things like that. That'd be just if you're going to do it again, that session again or whatever, might be just something to think about, just to start the way it started. I didn't have a problem with the session. I thought you ran the session very well, and I thought I went well. Even your coaching points and stuff were short to the point, but it wasn't that like you were talking in that clip there, you were talking to your second feeder or winger or whatever and giving the demo to them, but like you can see it in the body shape of all the players. Every single one of them, their eyes are on you. There's not a player over the far corner looking up here into the sky, looking at the planes going overhead or down the ground making daisy chains. Everyone was engaged, so like that's testament to how you ran the session. Back to your point, I agree with the two boys what they said. I'd start the session the very same way again, if you're to do it down to Micheal's or whatever, and then if you want to get that success first and then progress it where you have an extra fullback or an extra winger there or whatever to test your fullback and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But even if it was a case of if you were in charge of the opposition team in that game, and it was a game and you were getting overloaded 2v1 on the side, what would you do in the game? You'd probably go and change it fairly quick. Yeah,
and that's where just the rotation probably just adjust the opposition team a little bit. I think would have just made it more realistic. Again, look, they're all things you learn every day, and you can go and change.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, well, good session. Went well.